Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks part two of this. Didn't really mean to make a part two, but I've made the blend or the interactive fill tool yesterday. Then somebody asked me, how would you make the rest of the gauge? I'm really close except for the bevel, and that could be played with. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start from scratch, but I am going to take my interactive fill tool. Got a bunch of ghosts. I'm going to take my interactive fill tool and use it. So I'm going to take my interactive fill tool and I'm going to nudge it over. So what we need to do first is make a couple of circles on the inside and the outside. So what I'm going to do is take the ellipse because I'm working in the center, and then I can hit P, holding down the shift key. And because that rainbow is an object, when I fill that in, it won't go past the rainbow because the rainbow is not a line, it's an object. So I'm going to get rid of one line by doing that. Then I'm going to Control D, holding down the Shift key, and I'm going to go about like that. Now, if you notice that this gray goes all the way to the bottom of the other one, so I actually need another ellipse. So I'm going to hit the Control. That's the only thing I don't like about Control D. Control D, I mean, I love it, but so what I'm doing is making the area for the ellipse or for the bevel. But then I'm taking away this line and filling it in with gray, a darker gray. You see it went past the line. So now I can get rid of my lines. And if I can't grab the line, which I don't think I have, I can move stuff out of the way. See, there I have a lot. I'm working with somebody else's file, CMYK. See, I saw the field down here. So what I'm going to do is move it down and I'm going to get rid of my line because I don't want them or need them. So we're going to nudge that back up and put our ring back on. And I've got it grabbed, so I'm going to go to Effects and Bevel. And I could play around with this, till the cows come home. And it's just, well, that's pretty close. I'm the opposite though, but it doesn't really matter. Now, this part, actually, I need to probably make this a little darker. There we go. Now this part, I just took an ellipse and hit P, put it in the center of the page, but then I moved it up and I'm going to fill this in. And because that rainbow line is a object, it won't let it bleed into it. And then I can actually take this and, probably just a transparency tool. And see, you're just making it a little transparent. Now, the other part's really pretty easy. We can put a dot right there. And because we're working in the center of the page, the dot is below, but that'll work right there. And now the lines, relatively easy. I'm going to make it white, take away the outline, hit P, grab the pick tool. And because this doesn't start dead center, I measured it as 15 degrees. So I'm going to go Control D, Alternate C, 15 degrees. I'm going to keep that for right now. But then I'm going to hit the plus key, Alternate C, 45 degrees, which would make it 30. And then take this, Control D, Alternate C. I don't think it did it. Alternate C, a negative 15 degrees. Now I can get rid of that one. My lines are a little bit thick. Control D, alternate C, minus 30 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. That's pretty much it, if I say so myself. Let's make it about the same size. I could use a little bit more work on the bevel, and now my rainbow fountain fill is kind of too big. But if you hold down the shift key, you can bring it in. Well, then you got white behind there. But that should have been done at first. Anyway, pretty cool. Hope that helped that person that asked. Thank you for watching.